Well, good morning to you. It is Monday all over again. It always makes me think, what happened to the weekend? It seems like it goes so fast, the week just kind of goes pretty slow. But I hope you enjoyed yours, made the most of it. It is going to be a hot day about it. There's no way around it. I mean, we're talking about it's what 9:29, 9:31, something like that, and it is already 87 degrees in Beaumont, even warmer down along the coast and up in Jasper and points north. It's going to get even, it's going to be a hot day. And the rain chances are pretty minimal at this point. They're talking about 10%. Again, good morning to you. I'm Dan Gresham. This is the At Home Update. Appreciate your being part of it. It's another one of those days where, I'm sorry, I only have about 10 minutes total before I have to run, do other things like you. These are at home updates. So therefore, if I'm not at home, or if I'm at home and I'm involved in a business meeting or I've got another call, there's not a whole lot I can do about it except move on, and try to get some. I really do. I hate not having the opportunity to at least say good morning to this community that we have created over the last 5-6 months with our daily updates. It's like, oh, I miss seeing those people popping up, like Yvonne Kennedy or Christina Freeman, who's watching this morning, or maybe Nestor or Cynthia. Again, I get used to seeing everybody saying good morning. And even if I'm short on time, I want to at least take the opportunity to see you. I also want to take the opportunity to encourage you to post up even when we're short on time. Tell us where you're watching from. Just say good morning. Offer up something, I don't know, a question, comment, a thought that you might have. They're always welcome. If I can't read them while we're actually sitting here working, in live streaming, I will read them when we get finished, because yes, I have things I have to go do right now, but eventually I will be home again and I will have the opportunity, and I will take them to read your comments. So if you have a question, feed them to me and I'll do the best research that I possibly can. And I think that's kind of what this show is about. We go and try to find the information. We give it to you. As I always say, I'm not going to spoon feed you, because, you're responsible for deciding what it is you want to take in, what it is that you want to ingest and believe is good, viable, solid information that you can live your life with. So my job is to go out there and try to help you find that information, find what you can use to make your decisions. This morning, we've got to get straight to the headlines. We don't have much choice because of the way the time's running on me today. And of course, crushing story for the folks in the Beaumont Police Department, a crushing story for the community, that a young police officer, 23 years old, on patrol with another officer, is killed in a head-on crash. Very, very sad. The circumstances: an 18-year-old has been arrested. DPS investigating. They took a blood sample. They believe that perhaps he was under the influence. Driving without his lights, head-on crash, Highway 69, early in the morning, like I think it was just after 2 a.m. And now this 23-year-old, unfortunately, has died. And her partner is in serious condition. 23-year-old officer Sheena Yarborough Powell from Beaumont, 10 months married, only a couple of years on the force, 2018. So our hearts go out to the family, and certainly our condolences to the family and to all the police officers and first responders, because it's a very close-knit family, and a lot of people know each other. No charges at this point against the 18-year-old driver, but I think it's safe to say there will certainly be charges filed at some point. That's why it's important, if you're interested in the story, that you come back to KFDM.com from time to time, because we will continue to update. The other thing that this points out to me is that idea that no matter what's happening, pandemic, no pandemic, certain things just the world spins, things happen, it goes on. The pandemic is not going to disappear anytime soon. So we have to figure out ways to live with it. Neither are these stories. Not only do you have that, you also have a auto pedestrian accident that happened in Beaumont, left somebody dead. You have a body found in a ditch. So these stories don't go away. They're going to be with us, pandemic or no pandemic. They'll continue to be there. School starting again for a lot of folks. That's going to be happening more and more. We're going to see more and more schools headed in that direction. We have also seen Westbrook High School's band already had to pause their practices because of a COVID-19, a positive result. Hard to imagine this won't be the case when more schools open, don't you think? Like the school in Georgia where they posted the photos of the hallways, because you got to go from class to class. And that's where, the space is limited and all of a sudden everybody's crammed in there together. That exposure is going to be an issue. So therefore, containment becomes an issue, and they've already had to close that school down for a deep cleaning. You would have to imagine that's what's going to be the case. All right, so again, other story that I want to hit you with this morning is, like I said, school year's opening. Pay attention to what's going on. Here's the issue. There's not one size fits all. Not every district is doing the same thing. So if you hear your neighbor go, our district is going back on blah, blah date, and they're going to be in the class, that doesn't mean that that's what's happening at your school district. So it's pretty important that you pay attention to what's going on. And some of these dates have been changing. And originally set to start on the 7th, and now they pushed it back to the 14th. Originally, they were only going to do viral. Now they're doing a hybrid, or the other way around. They were only going to do in class, and now they've decided they're going to do a hybrid. So please pay attention. If you've got kids, grandkids in school, you're going to want to know these things. What about the numbers? Well, there is some positive news. Texas coronavirus hospitalizations are actually down as low as they've been since early July. The problem is they're still extremely high. The takeaway being that, okay, they're going down, but until they drop to a point where we still had 7,437 people in the hospitals with coronavirus-related issues. And new cases also, for the last 7 days, not looking good, when they come back. But I'm at the point, and I'm curious if you are, where you just feel like testing and numbers, it's so messed up. The whole system, and everybody will admit to the fact that there's not a great, go try to collect the numbers. When I go out and I try to find these numbers and bring them, it's insane. All the different places and all the different people and all the different sources, and then, we didn't get this one, we did get that one. And more people are suggesting, testing is positive for containment, but if you don't have testing that works on, I pointed the story out to you last week, and I'll bring it back tomorrow when I have time. But there was a great story out of the Harvard magazine. It was on USA Today too, about how this professor of epidemiology says the only answer is affordable test that can be made for $1, paper test you can do at home. A little saliva, maybe even a swab in the nose, you swipe it and it tells you, almost like a pregnancy test, almost instantaneously. And that they can be cheap enough that they can be taken every single day. And then people know, I'm positive, I'm staying home. I'm not positive, I can go live my life. Doesn't that sound reasonable? But it's going to take a grassroots movement to get this moved forward, because it's not being pushed by a large pharmaceutical company to do this. Now, one more note from this page, and it's a sad one, but that is right here where it's talking about deaths. 8,459 Texans have died, 116 more reported than the day before, and 1,480 more than a week ago. So obviously, we still have an issue here in Texas. All right. Again, short time, so I want to finish it up here. Will college football happen this year? Dan says, nay. I think you can kiss it goodbye. Commissioners of the Power 5 conferences holding an emergency meeting on Sunday, and then the Pac-10 holding, and according to what, and then the Big Ten. What I've heard this morning is like all but 2 of the athletic directors and presidents of the university saying they're pulling the plug. So we'll watch, of course, but you just kind of have that feeling that, you know, and a lot of people are going, okay, football in the middle of a pandemic, did it really make a whole lot of sense? High school football at this point seems to proceeding forward. You know, we'll see. We'll watch and see what happens. All right, do me a favor. Again, sorry for how short today's get-together is, but we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have a little bit more time. Do me a favor. Hit me with a like if you don't mind, just so I know that you're here and that we can kind of show folks that, hey, you know, people are still watching the update. They're still coming and checking out what's happening. And again, I appreciate your time as always. Quick reminder, too, that you can catch up with us. Facebook, of course, here at Facebook at KFDM News. Also on Twitter, you can follow me. That's Morning TV Dan. And if you happen to be a YouTube person, if you go to Dan at Home, Dan's at Home, we post all of these right back there so you can watch them. And soon we'll have these going up live. We'll have the update live on the Facebook page, and we'll also have it on Instagram, among other places, so that you can watch it as well. All right, again, thank you for your time. I'm sorry that we're going to be cut short, but again, gives us something to look forward to tomorrow when we have a little bit more time together, and we'll dive a little bit deeper, go into some more subjects. So again, until then, have yourself a terrific day. And for all of you, I see you, Lake LBJ. I saw you, Boston. I saw you, all those places. Come back. Be with us again. We'll keep you updated on what's going on. Share some thoughts and opinions as well. But until then, you go out and make it a terrific day and stay safe.